Have you ever found yourself sitting on the couch, scrolling through your phone when you know you should be working out? Maybe you could do with some extra dose of motivation to get going. So don't worry, we got you covered with this one. Welcome back to the channel for yet another episode of Celebrity Diet and Workout Routine. Today we'll cover one of the most hardcore action heroes of the filmmaking industry. His ruthlessness usually goes hand in hand with his witty and sardonic lines, making him unforgettable in many save-the-world type action movies. Also, his strength levels clearly suit what you would call a tough guy, and he is well known for performing his own stunts. As you may have already guessed it, we're talking about Bruce Willis. Stay until the end and you'll find out how this star became strong enough to cause mayhem in many action films. Bruce Willis was born on the 19th of March of 1955 in Idar Oberstein in West Germany to a German mother, Marlene Castle, and an American father, David Andrew Willis. He was born in a U.S. military base in Germany, and shortly after his birth, his family moved back to the United States. There he was raised in Penns Grove, New Jersey. During his childhood, Bruce Willis had a stuttering problem, hindering his speech and preventing him from communicating and expressing himself effectively. Nevertheless, Willis became interested in acting while he was in high school, where he performed in some of the school productions. To his surprise, he discovered that with the memorization of words, his stuttering problem was completely gone. Acting was some sort of cure for his speech impediment. Later on, while he was working as a bartender in a cafe in New York, a casting director, who was in need of a bartender for a small movie, saw him and he was attracted by his personality. That way, Bruce Willis's career on the big screen started forming. At first, he appeared in some off-Broadway productions without any major success, however. Then, after countless auditions, Bruce Willis contributed minor film appearances, sometimes even uncredited, before landing a role of Private Eye David Addison in the romantic comedy TV series Moonlighting in 1985. This role of a sarcastic and witty private investigator that was perfectly portrayed by him made Bruce Willis the perfect candidate for the ruthless New Yorker detective John McClane in the all-time classic Die Hard film in 1988. It's like he was born for that role, which has stigmatized his entire career. The huge success of the film gave birth to its sequels in 1990, in 1995, and in 2007. Fun fact: he was featured as a guest star on an episode of the Friends TV series in 1994. And what's even more crazy is that his performance on the show granted him an Emmy Award in the Outstanding Guest category. During the 1990s and 2000s, he made many films, many action-oriented. He has received a mixture of very positive and negative reviews over the years. However, he never lost his faithful fans. In the latter years of his career, as he got older, he starred in many low-budget films. These films lacked the glamour and the worldwide recognition of his earlier films, but they were a sufficient source of income for the actor who was doing what he loved. Unfortunately, in March of 2022, he was diagnosed with aphasia, a brain disorder that affects the speech center of the brain. This leads to inability to form and understand a well-structured speech. His condition is usually caused by a stroke, leading to ischemia in the brain, which results in the death of many neurons. Or it can be caused by a head trauma or a tumor. The exact cause of his medical condition remains unknown. As a team, we hope for the best, and our thoughts are with his family that helps him in his journey of speech therapy. Now, let's get back on track and focus on what the famous actor did to stay in shape during his heyday. To begin with, let's dive into his workout. Bruce Willis, during his years as a leading action figure, had to be in very good shape in order to perform his own stunts. For that reason, he utilized a lot of resistance training, sticking to an upper body-lower body split for his weightlifting. Let's see how it went. Lower body workout. Barbell squats for 4 sets of 6 to 8 reps. Barbell walking lunges for 5 sets of 10 to 12 reps. Hip thrusts for 4 sets of 6 to 8 reps. Box step-ups with dumbbells for 3 sets of 15 to 20 reps. jumping alternating lunges for 4 sets of 1 minute. He worked out for up to 6 days per week during his filming periods. However, he was not interested in the aesthetic part of bodybuilding. He obviously had to have a body that suits the ruthless and cynical anti-heroes he portrayed. But what he wanted the most was to build a thick cushion of muscle in order to protect his bones while performing his stunts on the set. Upper body workout. Deadlifts for 5 sets of 5 to 8 reps. Barbell bench press for 5 sets of 5 to 8 reps. Barbell rows for 4 sets of 7 to 10 reps. Barbell overhead press for 4 sets of 6 to 8 reps. Barbell curls for 4 sets of 5 to 8 reps. As you can see, he liked training heavy. His goal was to constantly become stronger and stronger, with the added benefit of new muscle mass. However, he never neglected his cardiovascular training because he needed enough stamina to make it through an intense filming session. In fact, he did cardio on a daily basis. That included anything from running sprints in his backyard, going for jogging in the morning, or jumping on a rowing machine for 20 or even 40-minute sessions each time. Equally important with his training, however, was the diet he followed at the time. Let's find out what Bruce Willis's food selections were right away. Diet. Aside from getting enough calories inside his body in order to sustain his muscle and strength gains while not getting fat, Bruce Willis had no other guidelines regarding his nutrition. He preferred consuming healthy foods as this helped him be more active and energetic, and these foods also helped with managing his hunger, keeping him full throughout the day. So, it's time to take a glimpse on what a typical day of eating looked like for Bruce Willis when he was getting ready for the set. Breakfast. Bruce Willis believes that breakfast is the most important meal of the day, and during his filming days, he made sure to fuel himself with enough protein right from the start of each day. For that reason, he liked to have an omelet with mushrooms, bell peppers, and onions, and some grated Parmesan cheese on top. On other days, if he felt like going for it, he would prepare his favorite pancakes with corn flour. Lunch. For lunch, Bruce Willis loves a good old-fashioned steak. However, he prefers mainly cuts without much fat, so he can enjoy more of the lean part of the steak. He likes his steak seasoned with mustard, pepper, oregano, and olive oil, and served alongside with sweet potatoes and chili peppers. Dinner. For dinner, the actor steers towards some form of fish, alongside a green salad. On some days, he would get a tuna fish salad and leafy vegetables, and on other days, he would get some grilled salmon with boiled zucchini and sweet potatoes. Snacks. Evidently, Bruce Willis got hungry between his main meals, so in order to keep his hunger levels low and focus on the work he had to do, he would treat himself most of the time with a sandwich with chicken nuggets, tomato, cheese, lettuce, and mustard. If he was in a hurry, he would go for something processed like some donuts. Additionally, Bruce Willis loves Italian food. Every now and then he would have his favorite meat lover's pizza with a glass of fine red wine, or he would get his much-loved lasagna. Supplementation. Bruce Willis has never consumed any form of supplementation. He didn't ever want to look much more jacked than he was when he was younger. His focus was not bodybuilding at all, so there wasn't the need for more protein intake or for minerals like magnesium that would boost his performance in the weight room. His training regime revolved solely around his willpower to always push himself beyond his limits. So there you have it. This is the complete guide on how to get strong like Bruce Willis. His training and eating routine aims at creating a well-functioning body that can cope with an intense and active lifestyle. It's not focused on bodybuilding or on having the aesthetics of a lean and very muscular body. It's focused, however, on making the body immune to fatigue. Give this routine a try, and hopefully you won't wreak havoc on the major U.S. cities, but you'll feel as if you had the strength to do so. Thank you for watching this episode of Celebrity Diet and Workout Routine. Never miss our upcoming videos by subscribing right now. Also, like the video if you enjoyed it and share it with someone that will benefit from it. We're looking forward to seeing your opinion in the comments down below. See you next time.